Hey, my dudes, what's up? I got the three here, Wolsk, Nal, and Hyoka here. They are ready to perform just for you, doing just as easy in a race format, and I will let them take it away.
Hi, everyone.
Hi.
We have all three of us, and I am Wolsk, the one with this voice that you're currently hearing.
I'm Nal. Hi.
Hyoka?
Hi.
That's Hyoka. So, we are going to be doing Justice Easy. There are two versions of this game, normal version and easy version. And easy is a more fun run, I think. So, we're going to be doing that. And we should, in theory, go way under estimate, but
Yeah.
there's one boss a little bit later that could be an issue.
Yeah. Called Jazz Hands by most of the community. However, once me and Wolf started running it, it started affectionately to be called something else, which we'll get to when we get to the boss.
Yeah.
When we explain why he is called what he is.
Let's move to live runner, and then we are good to go.
Oh, go.
There we go.
Yes,
All right.
I have on ready.
Who wants to count?
Hyoka, do you want to count down?
Yeah.
Okay. Dan.
Okay. Okay, I'll start this. Okay.
Set ready.
Okay. Okay.
I'm counting down. 3, 2, 1. Let's go.
Go.
And Kraka, make sure they're in sync right when we enter the warp.
It was mostly in sync.
Okay.
Maybe off by like a half a second or something.
That's fine.
Yeah, that's fine.
I'm sure nobody will lose by half a second in this race.
Yeah. Someone's gonna lose by 15 minutes, though.
Yeah. And Wolsk has a very specific idea of who that's going to be.
Yeah.
So yeah, this game has an awful lot of stages compared to the number of bosses for what most fan games have. So if you've never seen Justice before, stage 1 kind of just lasts 2 screens. The same for this second stage. Then you get into the first boss. However, some stages have like one stage between the boss, just one really big stage, and some stages have like 5 or 6 different areas between the bosses, which is absolutely incredible for most fan games, because most fan games are just like, you get a stage, then you get a boss, and then you just rinse and repeat.
Yeah, this game has an impressive amount of platforming and bosses. It just like, there's something like 12 stages or something.
It's more like 18.
Alright, well it's 18. Yeah, I have far less splits on my layout generally than Nal does.
Yeah, I will admit a couple of things I list as stages probably aren't really stages. Like the first 2 screens you could probably count as not a stage, but... Yeah, we've done one minor skip so far on this run, which is just jumping early because you can just go to the side. And then later on you'll see another skip from us where, because of something we set up earlier, we can just walk through a wall. So
Yeah, so there's an avoidance where there's a global that's set that opens up a wall, and by doing the avoidance earlier and then resetting but not closing the game, we're able to just run straight through the wall. So that's how it works. It's really fun.
Yep.
Saves like an amount of time.
it sure does. I don't know, like 10ish seconds or something, it's reasonable enough. Like, it's a pretty decent amount of time for a start of a run.
Yeah, that is true. I do have the record for this, but, I mean, if past marathons are anything to go by, me practicing for a run and getting a record means absolutely nothing when I'm actually doing it at Fangame Marathon. I have never had a race go well, ever.
Yeah, what are the races you've done so far, Wolsk? Invisikid, Outbreak, and this?
I think that... well, I technically did go across the rainbow a long time ago, and I've done things in the relay.
It's not quite the same, yeah. I mean, Outbreak is the relay run, so...
Oh yeah, it was. Yeah. Oh man, Outbreak was upsetting.
I don't actually remember what happened. I just remember the first boss went badly, and that's the only thing I remember.
I'm pretty sure during that run I still even had like a 1 HP boss death.
Oh, of course he did. Well, it's okay. The bosses are a tad more reasonable here in terms of time.
Yeah.
Other than 1 or 2, which I'm sure will go perfectly fine for you.
Oh yeah.
They're not final boss, though.
Guaranteed.
Right. Personally, I can't see anything that would go wrong on boss 6 for anybody. Boss 6 is him, by the way.
Yeah, I had a feeling. God, what are you doing? I can't do a diagonal, bro.
I barely missed the windmill thing. That triggers so hard for me.
I don't know what it is, but like, I used to be super good at it, and now it's like impossible for me.
I'm just gonna say it's because it's hard, and definitely not just because I suck at it.
Okay, well I got it, so.
Well, screw you.
I mean, I'm behind you, so.
Yeah, by like 3 seconds, because I died to it.
Oh no.
You just beat it, so that means we're on par.
Hyoka is, on final
he's
boss.
Just destroying us. Yeah. Dude, come on.
And by the way, for people watching, it's currently 4 AM for me, and I got about...
So it's normal wall stream time.
Yeah, except that I got about like 2 hours of sleep, maybe. So...
Nice!
I'm running on no fumes.
Dude, this gate skip is always so hard. To save you from having to go down and round, there you go.
Excuses? No. My excuse is I always do badly in races in Fangame Marathon.
Yeah.
That's just another reason why. By the way, I know the game audio is a little quiet right now. I'll turn it up when I get a chance. The volume in this game is like a little all over the place, so I didn't really know what to expect.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a couple of spots here and there. For the most part, it's actually pretty good though, compared to some fan games. Cough, Cloudburst.
Well, I originally balanced it for title screen, but title screen's like way louder.
Yeah, that is true. The title screen of this game is a lot louder than the rest of the game.
I should probably be talking about like skips that happen. Here's a skip. There you go.
I mean, I mentioned the gate skip quickly, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's not like a ton of skips at the beginning, I guess. They're just like more minor ones.
Yeah, it's like there's a spike flying to the right that if you go fast on, you can jump up past instead of falling back down, which saves like half a second or something. And looks really scary. Like, the gate skip is actually kind of good because it means you don't have to do a second loop around that save. Which, again, it's only a few seconds, but it all adds up, and skips in a fan game are normally relatively rare.
Alright, now's my chance to turn up the volume.
Oh, well, I know where Wolsk is.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
You're
an earthquake.
I am.
Yeah. Guess who's behind?
Alright, so a fun thing on this next stage, we're going to enter the screen and there's some dialogue that's going to play, and for some reason this is the only section in the entire game where it works like this. You can hit the S key and it just skips their text, and no other place in the game does that.
I actually forgot that was a thing again. I was just gonna stand there and hold enter down the whole time.
So, to talk about this game a little bit, it's one of the few fan games that actually is like heavily story-based. This specific part is you fall and then you wake up and your gun is missing, and that dude who is in the cage is like a game master, and he made an... Yeah, it's great.
What the hell? I've been living a lie.
And he made an obstacle course for you to go through to go get the game. And you'll notice that I'm
You
not
get the gun,
taking
not
any
the game.
saves. Oh, yeah, the gun. You'll notice that I'm not taking any saves, and there's a good reason for that. It's because you literally
Because
can't
Wolsk
use them.
is sick. It's because he's a great player and he doesn't need saves.
Yep. I'm a strong, independent streamer, and I don't need no
You don't need
saves.
no save points.
Yeah, no, because you don't have the gun, you're not able to shoot saves, obviously, so you can't save. But now you reach the gun, and then you begin a backtrack where now you're able to shoot everything. Now, well, I was going to say, do you want to talk about the story a bit? But the thing
I'm
is,
doing
like,
the gate.
do we really truly understand the story?
I don't think so. I would say we have a very rough grasp on it.
Very
From
rough.
what little we've learned. Okay, I didn't die to the gate. We're good. To the not gate. I don't trust myself after doing a Justice Easy race with Wolsk and dying to the gate 3 times. Like, just as normal.
Yeah, just as standard.
It did not go well for me.
Yeah.
Especially because if you die on this save, it's like 3 or 4 minutes of walking.
That's something
And the
important to
hardest one
mention
is
is
definitely the end.
standard mode's a lot harder.
It's a lot harder.
And Hyoka runs standard more than easy. So he is like a god of standard. Is it 122? Or 121?
22.
22.
22, okay.
22.
So he has an hour 22 run for
122.
standard, which is like crazy.
What the hell? I watched that run and I'm still shocked by it.
So there's a fun thing with this fella right here. He will shoot some gray leaks, possibly. You may see it. They block your bullets. Every other attack is fine in that regard, but the leaks blocking your bullets makes it so like sometimes you can't really damage based on like the position. It's also a kind of tough boss. Not like hard, but occasionally it's got some like RNG that just kind of is unfortunate, as I
Yeah.
say.
This is my time to shine! Let's go! He has an opportunity.
Yeah, I definitely didn't die to like.
Worst. Okay.
Huh?
Sorry, what did you say, Hyoka?
It, worst of all. In his attack.
Hey, let's go.
Azumoru-san!
Azumoto-san.
I actually can't see chat. I hit it so I can play better. So I don't trust myself. I could barely read it during Cloudburst, so I can't imagine that would be any different here.
Yeah, I
Hello, Aswell.
I like being able to see the chat even if I won't respond. Yeah, that block is the only shoot block in the whole game. It introduces a mechanic and then promptly never uses it again for some reason.
Yeah, our best guess is it's to teach you that lava is bad.
Yeah, that could work.
That's the only thing I can think of.
My thought is he had the idea and then made it, and then didn't actually have anything he wanted to do with it, but he proceeded to just never use it again after the one time because it was like, well, I put all this work in, I may as well use it.
Yeah, that's also possible.
Also, a few things to note about, we're all technically playing on different versions of the game.
Yeah.
Because Hyoka is doing normal version, Nal is doing a version with restarting music removed, so none of the songs restart, and I'm doing it no restarting music, minus one stage, and also slight color adjustments in like 2 parts.
Yeah.
So, all different.
However, the gameplay is the same, and that's what's important.
Yep. I wanted to make sure all of that was the same.
Obviously. You can't just change the gameplay.
Yeah, no one would remake a game and change the gameplay. Here's a skip. There you go, there's a skip.
Wait, which skip did you do? Oh, is that the 4-block skip in the lava stage?
No, the...
How far ahead of me are you?
Well, I can't say it's going poorly. So, I'm in the factory stage and I did the plane skip.
Yeah, okay, so what's the plane one? Cool.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure it was going to be the super ref one for a moment then. I don't do the plane skip because I find it hard and it doesn't save that much time.
Whew, I thought I died there. That jump is very scary. I was very close to dying there, and that's like a painful one because you go back pretty far. Alright, so there's a few skips you can do for this save. I'm gonna do a super F skip.
I will attempt the super ref, however I make no promises.
The other way
I'm
is...
spend a year trying to get over this single spike because it's so hard making the landing.
The other way is you like
Landing.
cancel
Sorry.
on the right side or bong. I don't even know if you need to cancel, but I don't think I've done it without. And then you can just hit the button early.
You don't need to cancel, I've done it before.
That's gross then.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not a good time. Like, trying to get the bottom from the bottom is very difficult. You gotta double jump really fast. Alright. Welcome to the blue tile set, which you'll see for a total of 2 screens. Hope you enjoyed.
Welcome to the purple tile set, which you'll see for like 4 or 5. And it's got a banger song as well.
It sure does. It's so good.
So this stage has a lot of timing-based stuff. And a lot of cycles line up nicely. Nicely.
That was a good sound.
Thank you.
Good stuff.
Watch this. Ah, oh, clean. Oh no! Why? That's not a place to die. Alright, next screen is very much a cycle thing. On standard version, it's like impossible. Easy version got a strat, but standard is like, bruh.
Oh, I know which save that is.
Yeah.
We all know what save that is. Oh, come on. Really? Dude. I keep screwing this up at the moment, because I keep trying to go too fast, I think. There you go. What? I can't do a full block jump! No!
Just need to jump
Thank
a
you.
little higher now.
Oh, wow, really? Thanks, Wolsk.
Yeah,
What
happy
a
to help.
guess.
Unless
Well,
you're
that was my 1 point ahead of you.
jumping too high, in which case jump lower.
I don't think it's possible to jump too high on that part. To my knowledge, at least. Oof, close.
So these little things from the ceiling are little snowballs. They actually do kill you. We're coming across the best boss in the run. This is the 2 snowballs boss, the snowmen.
Yeah, nobody likes it.
So we're just gonna leave and pretend that it doesn't have any bearing on the run.
Or that it exists, just in general.
So there's a missing block in the wall there, and the boss takes forever and is actually like one of the harder ones in the game. And that's a skip that you're able to just walk out. So we do that. Here's a cool skip too. You skip landing there, which saves like a little bit of time and honestly makes that easier.
Oh dear. Okay, we're fine. Oh dear. Oh, come on! Snowballs, why do you do this? I got unlucky on the platform. Oh, pardon me.
Always scary.
Nope.
Yeah, so the thing about skipping the boss is you don't actually get a boss item on the clear screen. Also, this is a puzzle here. You can see the windows The bottom has the bottom half of 1270, whereas the top has the top half of 1270, but flipped. And that means that the password is 1270, and you just go between the two screens and line them up.
Wait, is 1270 not 1270?
It is.
Oh, okay. Alright, thanks for letting me know. Been something wrong for ages.
How dare you?
Hey, you said 1270 twice and then 1270. I will call you out on that.
Look, man. I realized after saying it the first 2 times that it was just a waste of time. And we're speedrunning. Alright, so that skip
maybe
right...
you're speedrunning. I'm going really slowly. Sorry, carry on, skip.
That skip I did right there is a frame perfect 3-frame.
Oh, you did that. Screw you.
Yeah, of course. Great or not great?
Bad jump, bad skip. Only Wolsk can do it. Me and Hyoka cannot do that jump. I don't know how he does it so consistently. It sucks.
I won't do it.
No.
That skip is moody.
Moody.
Yeah.
Impossible.
Impossible skip. I've tried so many times to do that skip and runs just for the sake of trying it. I haven't gotten it once. I've not
Yeah.
even gotten close.
I
Wolsk is just over here like, oh yeah, just jump, bro.
mean, it's just muscle memory, really. Like, you grab in a line, you learn the muscle memory for when to 3-frame, and you just do it.
And then I die. Constantly. Over and over again forever.
Also, this song's great, too. These are the kind of songs that, like... These are why we wanted the music to not restart.
Yeah. Because they're so good.
Alright, so this boss is kind of... scary. It's got a lot of HP and a lot of different phases, but the scary thing is, after one point, the platforms on the left just fall down. And if you are above a killer, then I mean you'll just fall onto it unless you're like heavily thinking about your hit count, which I use a visual cue for the hits. Alright, so I'm currently 2 shots away. And now they fall.
Yeah, I just kind of know how many shots I've done somehow, and it works out.
I know that the HP bar lines up with like a section of the drawing that's vertical, so it's like a straight line up. That's the visual cue I use.
Nice. That works.
Yeah, I spent too long dying to it to wanna just stay with hoping that I have the right amount.
That's pretty much how speedruns work for me. Like, I'll find strats for things once they start killing me too much and it frustrates me. Like, there's things in Destination I only decided to find strats for just because I kept dying to it. I'd like to stop.
So, this fella right here, he's an angel. He's kind of a jackass.
Yeah. He's kind of a dick.
Basically...
Like, no, I don't need help to help save the world. I'll do it without you.
Oh yeah, we maybe should have explained the story a bit more.
There's a bit of story, but again, we don't really know how it works, because there's a translation which has some issues.
Yeah, it's really bad. Someone made an English translation, and calling it English is... maybe a bit generous. It's like machine translated, but someone typed with their eyes closed. So we reset on that second save to set up... skip there. Jumping past that, you don't need to set it up, but like, it just skips waiting for the platform. It uses English words usually. That's true, there are like 2 that aren't translated. Yeah. And it does say baka. I forgot.
Yeah. It's even worse because he says "you idiot" earlier in the translation, and then at the end he says "baka." Like, choose one or the other. Don't mix and match like it's a free party.
So in the story, you wake up, your memory is wiped. Oh yeah, there's an invisible save point right here.
Yep.
So right there's just a save point that you can't see. It's the only one in the game.
It's only on easy version.
Yeah.
It's not on standard. Best guess from myself is that like it was used to try to test play the platforming and make sure it was all okay on easy version, and then he forgot to remove it. Because specifically it's a trigger there that like when you touch it, it spawns a save point in that position. And then I guess he just never removed it after he released the game, so...
The only one that you know about? No, we checked the game.
Yeah,
Multiple
that's the only
people
one.
checked.
We are very sure about that.
Because when I accidentally saved there, it was like, whoa, what just happened?
Yeah.
Hold on, I'm gonna try for the 4th time to tell the story.
Yeah. As people that don't understand Japanese, the story is kind of inconsequential to us.
Yeah.
But it is actually kind of a neat story, from what little we understand of it. Like, as far as fan games go, the story in this game is high quality.
Yeah, very much
means
so.
It's decent. It's decent.
Yeah, it's like Shakespeare
For fan games.
for fan games.
Shakespeare for fan games is a phrase I never really thought I'd say or hear, but here you go.
So you wake up, your memory is wiped. There's a fairy that comes to you and is like, yo, what's up? Do you remember anything? And you're like, no. Not even your name? Nah. And then the fairy's like, alright, I'm gonna call you Haya. And the dude's like, that name's stupid. You're like, wow, you don't like it? But now our name is Haya.
Yep. And as far as we know, this game was actually made for a guy called Haya, a Japanese player, his community on Nico. And that's why the name is what it is. I've never been shown his community, but I can believe it exists.
If I don't see it, I don't believe it personally.
Oh, why did you go there? Ew.
So then, our goal is to defeat the Demon King Lord. What other words are used in the English translation?
I think it's just Demon Lord.
Okay.
Thankfully, that is one consistency.
No, it definitely does Lord and King, but I thought there was like a third
does
one.
it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I don't remember any others, though.
And along the way, we encounter many different situations. And that angel dude we were talking about before, he was like, hey, I'm on my way to kill the Demon King too, to get the Rings of Purity. That's not what it's called, but I don't remember what it's called. I don't remember what
You
it's
called it that, really? Yeah, it's meant to be like the justice item, which I believe is coming up in the next stage, right before the next boss. There's like a red squiggle thing.
And that
does something useful.
yeah, it does something.
Yeah. We're not really sure what.
The justice elements. Okay.
Yeah, there you go, justice element, sure. And by elements we mean singular, because there's only one element.
Yep.
The element of death.
So
And
we
then they use that.
so we say to the angel, hey, do you want to team up and go find it? And he's like, no, I'm getting this for myself. And then he flies away.
Yeah, I don't need your help. I'm good enough to do without you. Goodbye.
Yep. So
Doesn't
that's
even give us an exit. He just
that's why
leaves.
we say he's an ass.
Yeah. Until he has a moment of redemption later on.
Yep.
Which, I mean, it doesn't really make us feel too much for him still, because he was still an ass before it, so...
Yeah, I don't have any strong feelings.
Like, ah, he's gone. That's a shame.
Oh, spoilers.
Yeah, spoilers. I'm saying the plot early.
No.
I
Yeah.
passed through grassland stage and underground stage with Deathless.
I need to turn up Hyoka. Hold on.
Yeah, same. I can't hear him very well, but I have him on 200%. I can't turn him up anymore. It's annoying.
Alright, hopefully this is better.
I always try for that skip, but it never pays off. Dude, I'm just trying to focus on playing at the moment because I know I'm behind everybody.
Yeah, I don't know where
even think my
Hyoka
deaths
is.
are that bad. Yeah, Hyoka's just ahead of us. That's just how it works.
My run's been going okay, but there have been some moments.
Nothing here's felt especially bad other than the one snow stage save going pretty badly. You know, the hard one where I just couldn't full block jump. But like, it's all just small deaths adding up over time.
Yeah, I mean, that's Fangames speedrunning in general.
Yeah. Well, my death count says 61, but it adds a death whenever I restart for cycles, so obviously that's not accurate.
Yeah, I'm at 68.
Damn.
I die a lot when I run things.
Clearly your deaths don't matter too much then, huh?
I
Dying good places.
just have like relatively optimized movement from playing it so much.
I thought I would have decent movement, but I'm behind, so...
So I don't know what's currently happening in the story right now, but
this is where they find the element of justice, and Haya, your character, says, "Hey, I can't pick it up." And the fairy says, "But why?" And you say, "I don't know, I just can't pick it up." And then the fairy comes in and says, "Yoink! Mine now, goodbye, suckers!"
yep, Angel's about to be an asshole, even though we reach it
Yeah,
first. Dude just yeets it and runs.
Yeah, he literally just runs, and then leaves us with the problems afterwards as well.
So
Doesn't even
then,
try to help out.
so we get dropped into a room with a bomb, and you destroy the bomb.
Yeah.
That's
I mean,
that's
there's
the
not much
story
to
for this
see
part.
there. Yeah. It's like, oh no, timer. Oh, we're good now. Okay. Oh wait, no we're not.
So the strat for this boss is basically hope that it stays on one side so you can destroy one side, and then when you're done with that one side, hope that it stays on the other side.
Yeah.
And that's the whole strat.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a luck fest, but like thankfully it's a relatively easy luck fest, both in the attacks and getting lucky.
Oh, neat. That's good RNG. Assuming I don't do something stupid, which would never happen.
Yeah, who would ever be stupid in a fan game? I definitely can't imagine anyone losing a minute or 2 minutes on the timer boss, aka the easiest boss in this game.
Yeah.
Who would do such a thing?
I've certainly never done that in like 5 runs. So after the bomb explodes, we wake up here. We're stuck in the ground because that's what you do when you're
Yeah, when you get
Haya.
launched out of the castle, that's what happens.
Yeah.
Like, he just really likes being face planted into the ground.
So then you go and you read this sign, and the sign says, I don't know, I can't actually tell you what the sign says, but it says something.
The sign says that this is meant to be the home of the fairies, I think. The home of the elves, sorry, not the fairies.
Yeah, right,
looks
the English
relatively
translation says
boring.
elves.
Yeah, no, the elf thing is actually correct as far as I can understand, so yeah.
Oh, okay.
We read in a book earlier, before we went to, like, Epilepsy World with the flashing background, that apparently the Demon King had destroyed the home of the elves, and now that we have proof of that, so yeah, he really messed things up. Kind of a dick move, honestly.
Yeah, Demon King's pretty uncool, and we all hate the Demon King.
Yeah.
All my homies hate the Demon King.
Oh yeah, so we probably should have said a while ago, if you're wondering what the blue thing that's been following us the whole game has been, it's just plot. It's a plot device.
Yeah, it's like so ingrained that we just don't even pay attention and don't think about like, oh yeah, people don't know what this thing is if they haven't seen it.
Yeah, they are, like, it gets asked every so often, and we just think, oh yeah, that is a thing that people wonder about, huh? Like, for the most part, the only thing the blue fairy means is it gets in the way when we're trying to do a couple of bosses.
Yeah,
That's
pretty
the only time we
much.
have to think about it. Boss 6 and boss 7? Ah, crap, I can't see. Why is this thing here?
Yeah.
Like, its main purpose is meant to be, it's part of the story, and it makes complete sense, except for years, none of us could understand the story because we're not Japanese. Only
Yeah.
Hyoka knew what the story was.
And thank God, now that there's a translation, we still don't understand the story. For the record, we do actually have a proper English version in the works, thanks to Mr. Jamers.
Yeah.
So we will actually have like
James has done a good job.
a proper English version at some point in the near future. For people who want to play it and understand at all what's happening, and the jokes that are in it that don't translate even a little bit if you're not fluent. Like, when you enter the snowball boss, there's text where the fairy's like, hey, how can we hear each other when we're always so far away? Because it's like flying in from the top of the screen when you're on the bottom.
Yeah.
So this part's RNG. I don't know how I got through that, but I got through that. Oh yeah, there was a skip on the previous screen. If you didn't see, I just like... On easy version, you can just run and jump over to the left, rather than having to go all the way around.
Yeah, it's the infamous 4-block skip,
Yeah, yep.
where you jump up 4 blocks, and that's the skip.
And then
It's real clever, it's very nuanced.
Yeah, it's incredibly hard to get right, but like, man.
Yeah. As shown from that one save I did in the snow stage, 4-block jumps are very, very difficult, and definitely not absolutely easy.
And then that previous save, there was, well, I guess 2 saves ago, there was a skip where you just jump up, trigger something, and then fall back down, which skips you having to go around a whole bunch of things. Now this skip is one that you will not see Hyoka or Nyal do.
Meow!
Meow. Hello, meow.
Hello! I didn't know I'd become yes. Am I a cat girl now?
Nyaloa.
Meow! What the hell, Roll?
What, I was saying Hyoka and it has the Y and I got confused.
Yeah, and now I am also Hyoka, but I am also Nyal. Jesus.
So we do a
Yeah.
1-frame skip there. It's like pretty hard. It's a legend to a 1-frame, but I mean, if you play a lot of AIDS Needle, then it's not really that hard. So I have more experience with it than the other two.
Yeah, we just don't bother at all with it. We take the long route, which does lose us a lot of time compared to Wolsk. However, Wolsk also does that one skip that requires a specific 3-frame, and that also sucks, so...
Yeah. I do some really dumb strats just because I'm relatively consistent at dumb needle.
Oh, also that.
Oh yeah, well, I'm also dumb. So this section is also, this is one of the ones that you'll see visually. It's quite different from Nal and Hyoka. It's a lot more saturated, and for those who know me, saturation in Fangames, especially red, is like physically painful to my eyes. So I desaturated things and made it just like a nice soothing color. Alright, I'm going to need everyone to pray. Get your blesses out because we're approaching bitch ass.
AKA Jazz Hand Steven, now called bitch ass.
This is a boss where he's got 2 hands, each with a separate HP bar. There's a selection of like 4 attacks, I think.
Yeah, 4 attacks per hand, and on 2 of those attacks the hand will come down for you to shoot it, and the other 2 it will just stay up there and, you know, try to kill you.
Yeah, and the 2 that don't come down are much longer than the 2 that do come down, which means if you get RNG that makes it so it doesn't come down, you get the 50-50. You are just constantly getting absolutely owned by just having to wait and not being able to damage the boss at all. Also...
Yeah, which normally does suck on its own, because, you know, can't hurt the boss. However, as Wolsk was going to go into, there's also a second reason this is a problem.
Yeah, so these bosses, or these hands, they respawn after a certain amount of time. The hand on the left respawns after like 5 seconds after you kill it. The hand on the right respawns after about 30 seconds. So you want to kill the hand on the right first, and you want to make sure their HP bars are even. So that way, you just need the left hand to come down once after the right hand has been killed. But 30 seconds, I mean, that's only a few attacks to go wrong. And you can definitely have it to where the hand will not come down after you've done enough damage.
For 20 minutes.
For 20 minutes.
It was not fun.
So you can see now I'm only getting the hand on the left, even though it's at 1 HP, which means I'm just sitting here doing nothing while waiting for the other hand, because this is how this boss works. And in case...
This is the great equalizer in a race.
Exactly.
As long as you're relatively close together, it really doesn't matter who's in the lead, because this boss can and will decide who will come first.
In my record, basically the only reason I got the record is because I just got good jazz hands, bitch ass RNG.
Yeah.
Like that's basically it.
Well, I've got 4 right. Oh, there you go. There's a right hand. I got 4 left hands in a row and 1 right hand. So I know what I'm going to be waiting for.
Please, please, please. One hand's dead. Please, please be nice. Please be nice. Yo!
Oh man, well I'm screwed. It's over for me. That was my chance to catch up and it's gone.
That wasn't fast, but it wasn't slow. That was like decent.
Yeah. So yeah, the reason this boss has the gimmick that he does is because he's based off a boss from Dragon Quest, where in Dragon Quest, one of the hands heals a little and the other hand heals a lot. Except, I guess Carnival decided that straight up healing would be a bit too much for this boss, so he just made it respawn, which I'm not personally sure if that's better, but it is what he did.
And then the boss is about to do an attack that's also from the game that he's referencing, which he's like self-destructing. I'm pretty sure that's from the original game it's referencing.
Yeah.
So he's self-destructing and trying to blow everything up and take us out with him since he's going to die anyway. And that's when the angel is like, I'll redeem myself, and then he grabs the demon, pulls him into the sky, and then they die in the sky and they explode together up there. And that's why you see the justice element fall down, because now he no longer has it.
So yeah, it's a fun thing to point out that while the angel was nice enough to help save us, he wasn't nice enough to actually give us the item first or put it down. He took it with him as he blew himself up.
I'm sad I won't be able to show off the trigger skip because I died at the end of the first save.
Alright, now we hope.
So
now we hope.
I was going to be quiet while we hope for you.
I have nothing to say. I'm just waiting and hoping. So, you know, we all know how this goes. Oh, yeah, 2 attacks in a row.
Hold up. So there's...
Are we going to get something special here?
I pray for you that it won't happen.
Oh, I'm gonna be upset. He did 4 in a row. Carry on.
Oh no.
No, it's over. Thanks
Oh
for watching.
no.
Hope you enjoyed the race, guys.
No.
So if you guys want to know why he's called bitch ass,
No.
I hope you all like the reasoning.
No, I feel so bad. It had to happen to someone.
Cool. Carry on. So where were you in the story, Wolsk? What's going on? What's happening here? What's the plot doing?
I was just gonna explain trigger skip.
Okay, go for it.
Basically, in the section that had the moon that was chasing, there was a global that's set, or maybe not a global, but there's a trigger that activates around there.
Yeah,
and
it's a trigger that shares the same number.
And if you do the boss followed by the platforming after it for like 2 screens without dying, then you are able to completely skip a trigger that you don't really need to worry about anyway, because you can just run under it with a speed strat. So it's funny to get the trigger skip, but it also means basically nothing for the run.
Yeah. Yeah, I had the left hand just come down like 3 times in a 4 times. Oh, cool. No, it's fine. This is great. I am having a fantastic day. Thank you.
So in case you weren't sure why the estimate is 115, it's in case things like that happen. Or Hyoka?
So
Oh no, what happened to Hyoka?
Yeah. Hyoka, did you beat bitch ass?
Not yet.
Oh, no.
Oh no! No! Oh, stupid boss.
He claims 2 runs. Died with 1
my
HP
God.
on both hands. Oh.
I mean, that is the longest part of the boss because it never ends, so...
That's true.
God, that's sad. I did cut it close a couple of times. I did actually die relatively early on the boss, but thankfully it was like 3 hits in, so it didn't really matter too much.
So for this part of the game, we are currently going through a factory or something to try to turn off a generator so that we can open up a door and move on.
I just thought it was a castle.
Sure, we'll go with a
Honestly.
castle.
I mean, the music makes me think that as well.
Maybe it's just a very castle-y factory.
It's possible. No.
So we start by going to the top left where we grab a key, which allows us to go to the bottom right where we destroy a generator. And then we have to go to the left side, which previously had an electric wall. And you can go past that now. And going past the wall lets us
Oh.
head on through here, which takes us to the next boss, which this is a security system that
Sure is.
activates when it sees the kid, and will try to kill us. As you can see, they're fruits that have like cannons on the front, basically. And the
As
song's
opposed to
great.
most security systems that don't try to kill you, you know?
Yeah. Mine don't
Like,
have
this
cannons.
seems very unique and- Yeah. I mean, most security systems do not have cannons. You are correct there. But yeah, this is probably like one of the best avoidances in Fangames, in my opinion. It fits very well the theme of the game as well, which most avoidances are just kind of there normally, but it actually feels like part. Like, this is definitely one of the few Fangames that really feels like a world, strangely enough.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it actually feels like you're exploring through the world of I want to be the Justice, as opposed to most Fangames where it's just like a
Stage
bunch
to
of
stage.
areas. Yeah. It's just a bunch of areas close together. Oh, come on.
So this boss is not too scary on easy mode, other than the fact that it's like pretty long, whereas on standard mode it's like also quite a bit harder.
Yeah.
So having this at the end of the run and knowing that you can die basically at any point because it's more difficult is terrifying.
Yeah, when I first played this game on standard, I died to like right at the end of the boss, which you'll know when the end of the boss is.
Mhm.
3 times.
Yeah,
Because there's a crossover between fast bullets and slow bullets, and I just could not seem to handle it whenever I tried.
so you'll see right here it shoots some slow bullets, and then right at the end it's going to shoot some faster ones, and then there's a funny trap.
I don't think I ever died to the trap, but yeah, I died to the slow bullets there for sure.
We're gonna take that real slow, just to be safe. A sad story is that Hyoka actually had a world record pace run recently.
I'm
That-
okay.
Clear?
Hey,
GG.
bitch ass dead. Let's go.
Hyoka had a world record pace run into the avoidance and then died when it fell down, which was really sad.
Oh,
That was recent.
that's upsetting.
So we reset at that save before the elevator because it brings the ferry closer to us, and the ferry actually needs to reach the elevator to continue on.
Thankfully, none of us have managed to try to shoot the save, miss, and then reset before the boss.
I'm so genuinely scared that I like wait. I like wait long enough that it probably doesn't save any time. But I just like, I don't want to deal with it.
Yeah, same. I don't trust myself to miss. Because I've done that so many times in other speedruns. They're like, I'd shoot at the save, reset, and then realize, wait a minute, I was facing a wall, not the save point. Oh no! Like, I was too close to the save, so it didn't actually count shooting the save point. Because if your bullet doesn't hit the save, because the player is too close to a wall and facing the other direction, then you don't save. And then you reset for a cycle, and then you go all the way back, and then you're sad.
So when we travel up that elevator, we're going to the fortress or something, and it's like, it's explaining more of the story. I don't really know what it says, but it's explaining more of it.
It's like the end of Super Mario Odyssey if you've played Darker Worlds, Darker Moonside, which is like, oh wow, I've really enjoyed our time together, kid. Hiya. Like, we've done great together, right? There's been some good times, some good memories.
Yeah. That's the part when the fairy is suddenly like developing feelings for you and like talking about how they like you.
It's not like they're just friends, they're just like, the fairy wants to be good friends.
Yeah.
And that's where you learn that part. Like, oh, okay, I see. And then Haya just doesn't respond.
Yep.
Like the soulless being he is.
He's like a demon or something.
Yeah.
So this stage is one of the main reasons why I basically refuse to run this game on standard mode, because it's like generic jump spam and like 16 pixels and like corners, and it's really frustrating.
The purple stage is probably the more infamous one in standard because there's one save that requires you to do two frame jumps in it. There's like 2 mini gate jumps, and like you can generally get by on most things pretty reasonably even if you're less skilled, but like requiring a very, very low jump height can be very, very hard for a new player for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Or even for experienced players, honestly. It's
Yeah.
just not an easy jump.
I would not recommend this for a new player to play on standard, but easy is like,
Easy's good.
Yeah.
Easy's some good stuff.
it's got like a pretty relatively alright curve. Not for a beginner, but for someone with like a little bit of experience.
Yeah.
It's definitely one you would have to grind though. So each stage like kind of has a theme-ish, somewhat. Is the first one? Which is the first one? Blue?
Yeah, the first 2 screens are blue and then it goes to like the forest-like looking thing.
Yeah, so the first 2 are basically just like needle. There's
Yeah.
not
there's
really.
some traps in them.
Are there?
Yeah, there's traps in the first couple of stages.
No, I'm talking about the first colors of
The
final stage.
Sorry. Yeah, purple is needle. Yeah, my bad.
Yeah, so the first one's like needle, and then red is like platforms, and green is, well, you'll see it.
Yeah.
I mean, everyone knows the
white's-
green stage.
Yeah. The green stage is pretty famous because of the first screen in it. Because of it being in another famous game. And then white stage is also just needle for some reason.
Yep. But it's needle that's white.
Ooh. It's also the shortest section of final stage, right?
Damn it!
Oh. That is the sound of someone succeeding. Very, very well there.
Yeah, this cycle takes forever, so you do a reset cycle from the previous save just so you don't have to wait.
Oh.
And I barely missed it. I bonked my head.
Oh no.
It's okay.
It's sure. It's not like you're going to get behind at this point. Certain bosses have made sure of that.
Thanks, bitch ass.
Yeah, like Bitchass has pretty much solidified where we're all going to get, because for the most part this game is actually a very consistent run. The
Oh yeah,
platforming is
purple has
pretty
screen
good.
wrap. Right.
You forgot about the screen wrap.
Yeah. Okay, so purple is screen wrap. Red
They all
is
have screen wrap.
red is. Do they all have screen wrap?
Green definitely has screen wrap.
Oh
I don't know
well.
about red, but green definitely does.
Yeah, I know green definitely does. I don't think red does.
No, I can't think of anything there. But like, yeah, green definitely does in one place. I mean, hell, in the extra version of the infamous screen, there's screen wrap there,
Yep.
where he recolored it white instead of green.
Which is, you know, a very important thing to do.
Yeah. I mean, it's nice that the white tileset gets used a bit more, because it's only got 3 screens in this game for some reason.
It's crazy
definitely the
short.
shortest section. Yeah.
And it's like mostly easy as well, minus the fact that the last save
jump.
has the hardest jump at the end.
Yeah. Probably the hardest jump in the game, honestly. I can't really think of anything that much harder.
Hyoka's stream's not having a good time. Oh, we didn't. Forgot to use the Japanese server.
Oh no! Oh yeah, okay. Well, that's on our end, not on Hyoka's. So.
Yeah, that's not Hyoka. Yeah, we have multiple servers all over the world, and
yeah,
for that
we
reason.
had the problem last year with another Japanese player where the server was really, really slow. So if Hyoka loses, we can just say it was our fault, and he actually would have completely crushed me and Wolf, just as God intended.
Yep. So this is the white stage previously mentioned. And this is the final save, in which it's just one screen. And as mentioned, the hardest save, or the hardest jump, is the one at the very end. And in my record, I died 0 times to that jump, but I think 2 or 3 times to the jumps like before it.
Yeah.
I guess I was like panicking too much about the last jump that I just ended up dying to the other ones.
Dude, this drop in the red save in the red stage is so hard to pull off. Like the bonk diagonal V-string nonsense.
Yeah. Well, you have to not bonk it.
Oh, I did. I just went from a different spot. I just landed on the right first, so it made it easier.
If you bonk, it's like harder than if you don't bonk.
Okay, well, not bonking is hard, so...
True.
Really?
My stream is alright. Okay.
Yeah, I think it's fine.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
There's nothing we can do about it, so it's okay.
Sorry. 64 pixel gap drop doesn't look that bad. It's surprisingly difficult. It's like a bad V-string.
Yeah, don't worry, Wolsk. I died on the single spike before the platform. So...
Oh.
Before the platform rising up. Yeah, I know. I just didn't single jump high enough. I was worried about jumping into the platform and, you know, getting sucked up into the spikes above it, so I waited a little. And then I single jumped too low anyway. So...
Yeah, I pressed left too early, and then I hit the spike. So, same place, but different reason.
Yeah. Yeah, so what I was saying earlier is, like, because of bitch ass, like, the run's pretty much been decided for that, because if you were watching most of this run, like, I was actually relatively close to Wolsk pretty much the whole way through, right up until boss 6. Like, he was always slightly ahead of me, but I was never very far behind until that boss happened, and then that is pretty much the run decider, even when you're playing on your own, because most of this game is very, very consistent.
Wow, I'm doing really bad at the final boss. Like, really bad.
Oh my god.
It's fine, you got more than enough time. Yeah, see screen wrapping in green stage.
Yeah. Yep, this is the point of the game when you find out that you are in fact the Demon King. This is the
old
demon.
Demon King.
Yeah. This dude is... Oh, I'm dropping frames too. I think our servers are just having issues.
Oh dear.
Oh no. That's concerning.
Mine's fine. My OBS is fine, so yeah, it's definitely on the server side, if that's the case.
Oh my god, please stop. This attack is the hardest one.
Phase 2 orange?
Well, we just reached phase 2, so we'll find out.
Oh, okay, so phase 1 targeted attack then.
Yeah.
It was one of the two.
So yeah, we find out where the Demon King and
Oh, yeah.
or the previous Demon King, and basically we destroyed the elven fairy village that this fairy following us around was part
the
of.
fairy's been cursed, by the way. The fairy used to be an elf. The only elf left from that village, and now it's a fairy because something from Siegfried, aka the current Demon King, aka the final boss, the Wolsk is currently fighting.
Uh-huh.
It's like, I think he curses the elf to turn into a fairy, but I can't remember, and the plot gets weird there, so...
So we saved the child elf fairy
Oh
person.
yeah, we did.
And took them under our wing after killing all of their friends and family, and we're like, well,
As a good person would
yeah,
do.
yeah, as a good person would do. And then that's why she loves us, because of Stockholm syndrome.
Yeah.
Like I don't know quite what's going on there, but
Yeah, the fairy elf likes us for some reason, and there's nothing we can do about that. It's just how things are.
oh no, I'm not getting nervous. I'm just bad at this boss.
It is honestly kind of a hard boss. Like, you can tell that this boss is difficult because the one change that Carnival made for this boss is that he just adds saves between the phases. Normally he actually nerfs things a little bit, but like, for this one, this is just as difficult as just as standard, except you get checkpoints.
And there's one thing that spawns that's targeted that isn't in easy version.
Oh yeah, there are a couple of things in phase 2 that are different, aren't there?
Please.
Like the orange is RNG.
Yeah. Orange has RNG, and then there's some circles on like the in-between phases.
Yeah. And the red phase section, that's like...
My god, this is so upsetting. I should not be taking this long on the boss. Bitch ass didn't matter because I'm bad at this boss right now.
It has been a bit of an equalizer. So yeah, for phase 2...
Dude, oh my god. Alright, Nal, you're gonna win. I want you to know
I
that.
actually might.
Yeah, you totally are going to win.
Oh my god, what is this orange? Yeah, so phase 2, you generally want to go to the right because orange will force you to the right anyway, so you may as well just start there. But like, the first phase ends on the left, so you normally do the first whole section on the left, then you get the intermediate phase, so there's the red part and all the mini fruit, and then you go over to the right. Yeah, generally how these races work between the main bosses
That was just bad RNG. Yeah, continue.
is that I'm normally good at the bosses and Wolsk is normally good at the platforming.
Yeah. And at least I've done well at the bosses up to this point, but holy goddamn Christ, I'm falling apart.
Yeah, no, you've been doing very well. Like, you've always been slightly ahead of me the whole way until bitch ass happened. And then I didn't know how to compare between the two of us because, you know, bitch ass and respawning hands. I guess it's a good thing we set the estimate at 115, huh?
We're still gonna get way under.
Yeah, we should do. So yeah, when we set the estimate for this game, like, my PB wasn't exactly great. It was like, what, a 110 or something? 107 maybe?
Yeah, I think 107.
And we didn't really want to risk, you know, dying or going over time, because that's generally considered a bad thing in America. So we made sure to set it a little high. We debated between 110 and 115, but we went with 115. And since then, the other two have both beaten this game in under an hour. And I've got
Hyoka
like
didn't.
102.
He got close.
Oh, he didn't? Oh, yeah. He got a run that was going to be under an hour.
Yeah. But I got
Let me just remind him of that.
57-13.
Yeah, and Wolsk got world record.
Uh-huh.
Oh, really?
What just happened?
Red face basically killed me.
Oh no.
Yeah, it happens.
Why?
You won? Hyoka done?
No.
Oh,
Oh, okay.
Let's
Okay,
fight. Why?
Yeah.
So scary.
Yeah.
yeah.
Final attack is very scary sometimes. Just stuff everywhere, and sometimes it can be very bad.
I just dodged some ass RNG.
So yeah, the second attack, this final phase is pretty much all consistent except for this final attack and the red spike looking things there.
Man.
Oh my god, what is this? Let me up. What is this RNG? Piss off. I just want to leave.
Oh my god, I can't do this.
You got 103.53.
Oh really? Oh, that's better than I thought. Not PB, unfortunately. Man, yeah. So basically, if Bitch Ass hadn't respawned his hand, that could have been a PB for me. That could have been a new best time. Except a certain boss happened, and so it is not.
And for me, this
So yeah,
run was not great.
Yeah, no, I can imagine. I imagine Hyoka feels the same. So yeah, basically during the final boss, Siegfried says, final boss says he'll do some special big thing. The fairy, Nina, says, no, I'll save you, and uses the element of justice, and supposedly blows herself up. And then after the boss dies, Haya goes to a ledge and says, I only have one thing left to do to cleanse the world once and for all, and something about Nina, I think, not being able to live without her. And then vanishes mysteriously. It definitely doesn't jump off the edge.
No, it's not about Nina time, by the way. It's he's
105.03.
neat. That's bad. Oh, okay. Well,
I think that's okay.
the duality of man. He's basically saying, like, because of all the bad things I've done, there's still a Demon King. I need to end the Demon King lineage. And then he goes to kill himself.
Yeah, Loa. Oh my god.
Yeah, I did so badly on the final boss.
I hope you don't forget that. Yeah, no, I can imagine. I mean, I had a respawn on Bitch Ass. I cannot believe I caught up there. That was very unfortunate.
You're a god.
Yeah, sure, that's definitely it.
You're a god at this game.
Uh-huh. I rule at carnival games, obviously. That's my theme.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna get Justice Standard. No, I'm not even gonna joke about that. Justice Standard is so hard. Justice Standard is so much harder than easy.
Yeah, we would get absolutely obliterated in that one.
And we did.
Yeah. Yeah, we sure did. Multiple times.
Multiple times. So yeah, and right before Haya, the main character, disappears from the edge of the ledge, supposedly Nina calls out his name, so we're not really sure whether they actually die or live at the end, especially with how the end cutscene works, because for years we just assumed, like, oh yeah, they're both dead, but now they're together, cool. Now with a, like, minor translation, we don't really know how the things work, so...
Yep, because she sacrifices herself in the in the transition from the second to the third phase to blow up the Demon King, and that's why it does so much damage, and you're finishing him off, and then Nina's dead, but are they dead? Ooh.
Yeah, there's no body, and if video games have taught me anything, if there's no body, the death is not confirmed. They're just ready to come back in the far future.
Cave story music's so good.
It it really is. I mean, all the music in this game is really good. That's why we want to be able to hear it for longer instead of restarting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I didn't actually mention it, but in the stage that I named the flesh stage before bitch ass, I specifically in my version made it so the music restarts there in the first half, like before the moon chase, because I actually use it for timing the lasers. So.
Hyoka, jump right after the grapefruit spawns. So do not wait long, or play safe. Play safe is okay too.
I gave up.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, the passing section was causing him some trouble. Which is very reasonable. If you don't know the strat for that section, then it's very hard to do consistently. But like, phase 3 takes a lot longer if you don't shoot during that attack.
She blew up, where do you think the body would be? Well, did she blow up? Or did she just activate it and fly away?
We can't tell, the screen was white at the time.
Ooh. Did I win? Well, I finished the game. I didn't win the race.
We can say he won in your heart.
Kawaii.
What? Oh god. Oh my god, what is that?
Time.
Hey!
GG.
Fetchy.
108.57.
World record! Yeah!
Sub 122.
Woo! Sub-estimate! Yay! Oh god. Unlucky Hyoka. Good job, well done.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for joining.
Yeah, thank you too.
Thank you for using Mike. Oh, that's a good game.
It is a very good game. Everyone play Justice. Preferably easy version.
Just the standard is so much harder. And maybe next year we won't bring it next year. We won't bring it back with that.
No, we sure won't.
No.
Oh, if anybody wants your guys' mods, where can they get them from?
They can't, as far as I'm aware.
Okay, never mind. You can't get their mods.
They're
Yes.
not like public.
So we're
you can ask
going
both
to
of me.
we're going to add the English translations to both of them, like then
Yeah.
just restarting music and then my version. And if someone really wants my version, I can give it. Otherwise, we're just gonna probably like throw the English version in the IWC, like what happened with the previous quote unquote translated one. So
Yeah, Wolsk is gonna go over the text that James gave me and make sure that all the punctuation and everything is all correct, and then I'll do the monkey work of just copy pasting it in everywhere.
yep, the arduous journey of copy pasting.
I mean, I already do the highlighting for the marathon. I may as well do another one like that, so... Shoutouts to Nader for helping me out with highlights from the marathon, by the way. He has helped me be very on point this year.
Shoutouts to Nal for also doing highlights.
Yay!
Anything needed, Kraka, or are you good to set up the next run? I think we're probably ahead at this point, right?
Yeah, we're definitely
Yeah,
ahead.
yeah. If you guys don't have anything else to say, then yeah, we can go ahead and move on and start setting up for the next one.
Yeah, we can go ahead and do that. Accidentally translated. Yeah, he said he said he was going to look at it, and then like 2 days later or something, he had a full notepad.
Yeah, let me just quote this. I might try casually translating this. Seems like a fun exercise. 4 days later, and there's like 800 lines of text, by the way.
And he had to consult Fatal Brain's video and go through it from that.
Yeah, James got the Japanese translation, Japanese text from Fatal Brain's video, and then translated it himself. Yeah, 869 lines. Sorry. Yeah, there's a lot of text in this game. The plot is extensive, and it's pretty cool.
So huge shout outs to Jamers for being a legend.
4 days. Yeah, feel free to transition us to the next one.
Yep.
I think we're all good here.
Up next, we're going to have is it the Vandal race?
It's the Van Royce. It's the I want to kill the Wolfie opposition.
Yeah, so if you don't know what's going to happen for that, I'll briefly explain it. Basically, Wolfie, the maker of Vandal, is going to be speedrunning the game, and there's going to be a team of more people who are doing the co-op race mod, or co-op online mod, so that they're sharing saves, and they're working on getting through it faster than Wolfie can do it. And I will actually be participating in that as well, followed by the event right after, so you're going to hear a lot of me.
So if you didn't like Wolsk before, boy, is your opinion not going to change now.
Yeah, just hit the mute button now and just leave it off.
Just get it over with.
All right, let's transition over to the next run. Thanks, Kraka.